Good morning. This is KHEA Radio. We have about 20 seconds and we're going to go on the FM. I am so excited for the show today. We are going to be talking to Kevin from Moody Gardens, learning about all of the amazing programs that they currently have going on. You know, it's the end of a season and there's a new one taking place, and we're going to learn everything that's changing. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. It is 9:03. My name's Gardy. I'm excited. We're going to be talking to Kevin with Moody Gardens, learning about everything that Moody Gardens has going on. So summer has been awesome, but it flew by so quickly. Kevin, can you let me know what in the world is going on? First of all, with time. Like, is time speeding up?
I think
first?
it is.
And then second, what's going on at Moody Gardens?
Man, I feel like we blinked after Memorial Day, and now it's like back to school. The kids are going back, or they're already back in school. So, you know, summer is coming to a close, but we still have a few tricks up our sleeve at Moody Gardens.
So wait, Moody Gardens isn't like shutting down for the summer?
Oh, no. We are open year-round.
Year-round.
Yes.
You know, see, I've seen a lot of businesses that are seasonal, and I think it's fair for me to say, like, Moody Gardens is a seasonal business. It's just they're open every season, and every season something changes, so it's like a 100%, you know, we're open for every season, and we have, like, special stuff going on.
Yeah, you know, we're open 365, and we're very excited. You know, we actually have some fun stuff coming up. Actually, tomorrow night, we have a fantastic event, a really cool, a little bit fancier, a little date night event. If, you know, some couples out there looking for a romantic evening, we have Rhapsody on the Reef, and that is happening tomorrow night from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Aquarium Pyramid at Moody Gardens. Really fun stuff. We are kind of showcasing one of nature's rare ocean phenomena, and it's really quite spectacular. It's a coral spawning event that is happening out at the Flower Garden Banks. And if you're not familiar, 150 miles out in the Gulf near Galveston, that is the Flower Garden Banks. That is a coral reef system. A lot of people don't even know that exists and that's even out there. But every year around this time, there's a coral spawning event where the corals at the Flower Garden Banks will release their genetic material, giving birth to new coral. So kind of a cycle of life there, and really getting a little sciencey, but also having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's nature, it's science, it's really cool, and it's something that is really quite extraordinary, and what it looks like underwater. And we're going to live stream it because we are working with the folks at the Flower Garden Banks and with NOAA, and in conjunction with this event. So they're going to live stream it. They're going to have a rover out there at the Flower Garden Banks underneath the water. And basically what the coral spawning event looks like, it's like an underwater blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see different colors, yellows, oranges, red, all these colors floating around. And that's the coral spawning event. So really fun stuff. And at the Aquarium Pyramid tomorrow night, we're going to have a live string quartet playing some really fun tunes. And we're going to have some hors d'oeuvres, and there's going to be a lot of fun. There's a silent auction, so you can bid to win some stuff at Moody Gardens, like a penguin encounter, seal experience. There's some really fun stuff up for grabs. So we're very excited.
If you could win any one of those, penguin encounter, seal experience, y'all probably have like the moon landing, like all kinds of crazy stuff I can't even think of. What would be your choice?
Oh, you know, the penguins, I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer for me because I've kind of traveled with them off and on with media stuff, but they're a lot of fun, and I think that would be really cool to kind of go on exhibit with them and kind of be with a biologist and kind of see firsthand kind of their point of view. And that's kind of what you get to do, is kind of like a behind the scenes type experience. So that's really cool. And we're also going to have some speakers as well from Galveston Bay Foundation and with NOAA, and they're going to kind of talk more about the coral spawning event and kind of, you know, how that in nature is really quite stunning and really kind of an unexplainable phenomena.
Yeah. You know, the science behind these things, doesn't make sense to me.
It never does.
And
never does.
We were chatting a bit about like intermittent fasting, and you were like, weren't you doing this thing before? I was like, yeah. And then I was like, well, this is what I'm doing now. And I was like, I don't understand how it works. There's a lot of people smarter than me in this world, and you're probably one of them. Kevin, I know for a fact you are one of them. And they just say, hey, this is how it works. This is why. I hear a bunch of words, and I'm like, I'm just going to try it, and I trust you.
Yeah, science.
And I trust you. Science rules, right?
Science rules. Yeah.
Hey, I saw a comment here on our Facebook stream. If you are watching on Facebook, good morning to you. Hey, good morning, Kayla. Shout out to the Arms Room. I saw that the video work, and we were chatting about it yesterday with Anthony that you are putting out. So it looks great. I love the path that you started on, and it's going to turn into a passion. So be careful. And speaking of video work, Texas Chronicles, History, Mystery, and Adventure. It's one of our partners here at KHEA Radio, and he's been to Moody Gardens.
Yeah,
he said,
yeah.
We love Moody Gardens. I love their Christmas activities. And as fast as summer went by, I feel like we're going to blink, and Christmas is just going to be here, and Santa Claus is going to be hanging out at Moody Gardens. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already working on everything for the holiday season. Moody Gardens does it super big. We've got our Iceland tent going up right now. And if you go to our website, moodygardens.org, you can click on, there's a webcam tab, and there's a Iceland webcam. So you can actually see them constructing this tent. It will eventually be chilled to 9 degrees, which sounds really amazing because I know it's been really hot outside.
9 degrees.
9 degrees, yeah.
How do you get ready for 9 degrees?
You don't. It's we bring in these industrial chillers that will come in, and I don't know, I think we have like 8 or 10 of them, and they chill it to 9 degrees in an insulated tent that we have in our parking lot beside our hotel. And it's really quite amazing to see. Speaking of science, they have the whole thing organized down to a science, because the chillers come in, the tent's constructed, and then we have about 25 carvers that come in from China. And then the ice comes in. So then the carvers will carve all the ice, and it's really quite amazing.
Kevin, I'm going to be real with you right now.
Yeah.
Whenever you say 9 degrees, my brain can't, again, like I said, there's a lot of people smarter than me in this world, and my brain can't like put it together to kind of even imagine what 9 degrees feels like. As you can see right now, I am wearing a jacket. If you're watching on Channel 46, if you're watching on KHEA's Facebook page, I'm wearing a jacket. If you're listening on 99.5, guess what? I'm wearing a jacket. I don't only have one jacket. I have 2 jackets. And you know why? Like yesterday, it rained, and then the day before it rained. I think today someone was saying, hey, it may rain, a little bit. Yeah. But that rain and like the sun goes away, I just get like freezing. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
See, I'm always hot. It's like I'm in my office or, whatever, running around, always hot. So to me, and I say this every year, my coworkers will kind of tease me. I'm always like, I'm ready for Iceland, 9 degrees. I'm going to walk in day one, wear my shorts, wear my flip-flops. And then I walk in day one, and about 20 minutes in, I'm like, okay, guys, like I was totally not prepared for this. Like, 9 degrees is no joke. But I will say we do have complimentary parkas. So you kind of, once you go in, we give you your parka, you zip up, throw your hood on, you get to walk through, and then you can turn it in at the end because you're not going to need that parka anymore after that.
Yeah, it's a necessity.
It is a necessity. And I always say, yeah, you get the parka, but also don't forget your gloves, don't forget the scarf, because even though you got the parka, you're still going to want some reinforcements along with that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, have you done or even seen or heard about like cryotherapy?
I've heard of it, and I think, I don't know, it sounds interesting, but it's also one of those things, the science behind it, what is...
Again, Kevin, I'm going to tell you one more time. There's a lot of people out there smarter than me, and they were explaining to me the benefits of cryotherapy. And I actually was reading. I went and did it one time.
Oh, cool.
And I was reading the benefits. They have it on the wall, and I think they're saying like, hey, just read to like have you get through the event, right?
Right.
But they did have you put on gloves, and they had you put on something over your feet too, like some socks.
Oh, okay.
And they were saying, make sure that you don't touch the walls when you're in there because
you're like in a cylinder, right? And
exactly.
it comes up to like your...
It's like right here to your neck.
Yeah.
And it can burn. I guess if you touch the walls, like it can potentially burn your skin. And so like I'm so concerned, so worried in that thing. Just like, please don't let me accidentally, like.
Right.
Have you ever had that feeling whenever their windows down or like in the car? I always have this. Again, I don't know. It's maybe something that's going on in my head where I'm just like scared. I'm just going to like throw my phone out the window or just like have a glitch, like something's going to happen. And so in the cryo chamber, I'm just like, is something going to happen? Like, am I just going to do this? No, but I didn't. But it gets down to like negative, like 30 degrees in there. But you're only in there for 3 minutes.
And are you like burning calories and stuff?
It burns. It makes everything work so hard that you're burning calories. And then think about it like an ice bath. You know how athletes have been icing your ankles if you have an injury, or if you just want your body to recover quicker. So they say it's like you get in there for 3 minutes, negative 30 degrees, and it's like the future's ice bath. Like it's super quick. Well, in there 3 minutes feels like eternity. I felt like I made a mistake. Like when I went in there, I was like, I can't believe I decided to do this. And I didn't want to be like a punk, I guess. Just be like turn it off. I can't do it. I was like, I can get through 3 minutes of anything.
3 minutes. There you go.
At least I'd like to think so.
Yeah, there you go. You did it.
So I'm talking to Kevin with Moody Gardens, and he actually brought us a gift. And I don't know who actually would want this. I don't know. It's a 4-pack to the Rainforest Pyramid at Moody Gardens. If you are interested in this, let me know. And I want to see how we should give this away. We may do like a separate video later.
Cool. Yeah.
And that would be fun. That would be fun.
I think that's a lot of fun. And speaking of the Rainforest Pyramid, we have a new film opening up next weekend, August 31st, called Great Bear Rainforest 3D in our 3D theaters, the largest screen in Texas, I might add. And next week, we actually have the cinematographer from the film coming to Moody Gardens. So he's going to do a special presentation before the film. You can go to moodygardens.org for more information. It's going to be a lot of fun, and that is happening next weekend at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. Cinematographer. And the film's actually narrated by Ryan Reynolds, so it'll be really fun.
Cool.
Yeah. And it goes into the story. It's a documentary film about the spirit bear. And there's this rainforest in Canada, of all places, and that's where the spirit bear lives. And it's basically, it looks like a small, I would compare it almost to a polar bear because it's got white fur, but it's a lot smaller than a polar bear. But that's the spirit bear. So it's really fun, and we can't wait to bring that film to Moody Gardens. But I figured might as well tie in with the rainforest, and your listeners can win some tickets.
Awesome. So Ryan Reynolds has had the opportunity to play some pretty interesting characters throughout his career. You know, more recently, there's a Marvel character. And so a lot of that you can see just like someone in a costume.
Right.
And then his voice.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I'd be picturing if he's narrating the movie. I'm like, why is Deadpool? Tell me what's going on.
So we watched an early cut of the film Great Bear Rainforest 3D, and it's Ryan Reynolds narrating, but you kind of have to distance yourself from the Marvel character because you're like, okay, because he even makes a few sarcastic comments.
Yeah, the quirk.
Yes,
the way he delivers it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that delivery, that line delivery, you're kind of like, oh wow, did I hear it in that voice or his own voice? Like. But it's a fun film.
That's hilarious.
Really
That's cool. Hey, so you mentioned at Moody Gardens, the biggest screen in Texas.
Yes.
Did y'all do that on purpose? Y'all say like, hey, what's the next what's the biggest screen currently, and we're going to build it, a couple feet bigger?
You know, I don't know if it happened on purpose or by accident, but I do know that historically speaking, Moody Gardens had the first IMAX screen in North America back in the day. Now it's not we're not technically IMAX anymore because we've kind of changed some contracts or whatever, but it is the largest screen in Texas.
Wow.
And that is a proven fact, and we're very excited about that. And that's a great thing about a 3D film is, especially kind of what we show at Moody Gardens, we don't necessarily show Hollywood films. We show more nature, documentaries, things like that, and it really provides an escape. And so you're watching on this immersive screen, but also 3D. So it's very eye-popping. It's very, it's very imaginative, and you get to explore different landmarks and things like that without even leaving your seat.
Do y'all ever show like those Hollywood movies?
Occasionally we will. I know they've showed some like classic Disney films, and we're actually gearing up for the holiday season, and we usually try to show like a classic holiday film. So we're working on that and kind of getting some things organized, but trying to see if we can do the Polar Express. So we'll see.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's a fun one. And
I saw something about like a Polar Express coming to Galveston. I saw a couple places. I think I-45 now did a spotlight on that.
Yeah, so I think the Galveston CVB, in conjunction with the Galveston Railroad Museum, they're doing a Polar Express. I believe they're trying to do like an actual train setting there,
right?
Where you can actually ride the train. It's the Polar Express, and that's going to be for the holiday season. And I think that's going to be really fun. It sounds awesome.
Sounds neat.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff in Galveston. I know we've touched on that before. There's so much going on there.
Yeah, there's so much going on, and we always say you're on island time when you're on Galveston Island. So you kind of leave your worries behind. Don't check the phone as much, and that's the great part of Galveston. And Moody Gardens, we actually do an event every October, Galveston Appreciation Day. So basically anyone, whether you're a Galveston resident, you go to school in Galveston or you work in Galveston, Galveston Appreciation Day is for you. You get free admission to all the attractions on that day. So stay tuned to our social media and our website, moodygardens.org. It'll be in October. I don't know the exact date just yet, but Galveston Appreciation Day, that's going to be a fun time. And I think as long as you have like a photo ID proving, or a bill or something like that, proving that you either live, work, or go to school in Galveston, you get to have free admission on that day.
Okay, so check it out. I have a couple student IDs. I went to Galveston College 2004 in the fall semester, and so I have that. If I bring that up there, it may be, will it work or
Must
maybe not?
be current.
A current student.
Current
Okay.
student.
We do need that clarification for people like me. I loved going to school in Galveston because it was a different feel, driving in, and it was just a blast.
Yeah, nice. Really cool.
You were mentioning something earlier, about the largest screen in Texas.
Yeah.
Used to be associated with, like IMAX, and now it's just the biggest screen in Texas. If there was any movie that you could see, like you pick it off the wall, it can be, a Marvel movie, or it could even be a documentary. What would you pick that you think, man, seeing it on that the biggest screen in the state? We are a big state. We're known for big things, and that's the biggest screen here. Like, what movie would you pick?
Batman 1989, the one with Michael Keaton. Tim Burton, that one. Yeah. That's probably like my favorite film of all time, so that would be the one I would pick. But I will say, back in 2012, which I missed it, but I remember when they were doing it, Warner Brothers reached out to Moody Gardens because they were the largest screen in Texas. They were looking for large screen format theaters to show their Dark Knight film. It was The Dark Knight Rises, and they actually reached out to Moody Gardens, and they showed it there at Moody Gardens back in 2012. It's been a few years now, but that's something that was pretty big for them, and really cool that a studio actually reached out and knowing about the larger screen, so
it makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's something that has a precedent. So maybe some of these new releases, y'all may be able to do some more.
Maybe so. Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Maybe so.
Right now it's 9:20. This is KHEARadio.com 99.5 FM. I'm Gardy. We're going to be on till about 11 o'clock today. We're talking about Moody Gardens right now, and then we're also going to be talking to some of the people here at Abundant Life that are making like our youth programs and what's going on with that. They're going to be sharing about some renovation that's taking place on the property. But it's important. In Moody Gardens, it's been around for a long time, right?
Oh yeah.
Whenever you have a property, you got to keep it updated. You got to keep it renovated.
Absolutely.
When you have a facility that large with the team that big, how do y'all do that? Because there's so much foot traffic.
Absolutely. We actually, speaking of renovations, things like that, we actually just closed an attraction. We closed our SpongeBob SubPants adventure, but that makes way to bring an all-new attraction.
Okay.
So currently, we are working with different entities, working with people out of Los Angeles to bring a new attraction, and it is a lot of all hands on deck, a lot of preparation, because especially when you're thinking of bringing in a new attraction, it goes beyond the construction, things like that. So we're talking, how do you market something like this? It's a total revamp. So we are moving away from SpongeBob, and we are bringing a brand new experience, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, so that's what it is?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. And we are changing up the whole theming for the attraction and everything. It's going to be kind of a steampunk theme.
Okay.
And kind of like a nautical kind of feel to it. It's you go on a journey with Deep. He is a puffer fish, and he is kind of your host. And still getting more details on that, but it's really fun to be a part of an organization that does really cool attractions like this. And it's also very educational, kind of teaching kids about the underwater sea adventures you can have. And it's an audience recognition theater, so you kind of get to interact with the characters on screen. And also, it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of deal. So it could be any sort of path you choose. So no two shows are the same.
Wow, that's crazy. So you could go multiple times and have a different experience.
Experience every time. And this will actually open November 16th, which is very convenient because it's opening day for Festival of Lights for the holiday season.
Yeah, so, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. But are people sad, yourself included, to see SpongeBob go?
It kind of became a staple there, but it's been, I think, 5 or 6 years, and it got some great traction. And working with Nickelodeon was an awesome experience there. But I think it's nice to bring in some new, fresh ideas and some a fresh new experience. So we're
Yeah.
very excited to bring this new attraction. And once we get going and everything's all set, we'd love to have you guys come out and tour it and kind of see even sort of the behind the scenes. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah. Did you see that it was SpongeBob's birthday like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I saw that.
So I think that's kind of what y'all were waiting for. Nickelodeon said, okay, he's like 15 years old. We're going to have SpongeBob, sub pants. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
SpongeBob sub pants, exhibit at Moody Gardens. He's going to turn 20, and then we'll bring it back when he's 40 or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Reboots and all that's so popular right now. That's what we're going for.
Yeah, why can't people come up with new ideas? Everything is a reboot. Like and I went and saw it. Did you go see Lion King?
I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it, but I haven't seen it because I don't want to ruin the magic of the original.
You could just watch the original.
Yeah, just watch the original.
Just watch the original. It's almost the exact same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I was like, man, I already know what's going to happen. Like scene for scene, song for song. And it was just, it was interesting. And I also think, and I don't want to rag on it or go see it and be the judge yourself.
Yeah.
Be the judge yourself. But, I did enjoy Aladdin. I went and saw that.
I did watch Aladdin. I liked that. That was fun.
Yeah, that was like a different flair and feel to it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but it was good. I enjoyed that too. But yeah, a lot of remakes right now. Is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Is that from based on something that we would know?
It's based on a book from back in the day, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I know at one point Disney kind of had an attraction similar, but that attraction closed years ago to make way for a whole new attraction. But we're bringing it. We're kind of putting our spin on it, trying to give it some in the theming, some ties to Galveston.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about that, and it's kind of a steampunk feel to the theming. So inside, when you walk into the attraction, like the ceiling's going to be kind of like brassy. It's going to have like that feel to it. And if you ever came to the SpongeBob one, it was more kind of beach balls, things like that, kind of more, I don't want to say like colorful, but this is going to be a little bit more subdued, but like it's going to be a lot of fun, of course. And we're working with an awesome organization out of California called Super 78, and they're helping us bring sort of that vision to life, and they're helping us with the overall rebrand and construction of it, and kind of how everything kind of fits into its place and the animation, things like that. So
sure. If somebody's never heard of steampunk before, I've heard of it and I know what it is. What's the best way that you could explain that?
Steampunk, Victorian futuristic. I don't know if that's even correct, but a lot of people will do, like, I know we have like the Renaissance Festival, things like that, or Comic-Cons, Comic Palooza. A lot of people will do like a steampunk feel, like there's like and they also do like a spin on it, so you can see like a steampunk Batman, and it's just like a different.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Victorian costume kind of feel to it. It's a lot of golds, a lot of brass, things like that. But if you Google it, you can kind of get a better idea, because I feel like I'm not describing it good enough. But
yeah, I think there's two things that are necessary in a good, steampunk. Either you cosplay or you got to have some kind of goggles or glasses. They're not on your eyes.
Yes.
They're on your forehead.
Yeah.
Just in case.
So our character Deep, the pufferfish, he has the goggles.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
And then the other thing that you need is probably like a good watch with like all these different circles on it.
Yes. So a lot of like gears, things
meters,
like that. Yes.
It's like, it's literally running off of steam. Like this, this watch is running off of steam, and I have to be able to monitor it.
Yes, definitely. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, steampunk. So
yeah, y'all are welcome. And there's a bunch of people that are into steampunk and like the cosplay. They're probably like,
we're gonna call them right now and like totally school them on what steampunk actually is.
Yeah, that probably would be a good idea. So that way we'll put you on and let you explain it. Again, it's 927. This is KHEARadio.com. 99.5 FM. If you're watching on Facebook, feel free to share this out. Let us know. Hey, have you been to Moody Gardens? Have you been recently? Are you sad to see the SpongeBob sub pants exhibit go? But there's going to be a new one that's coming in. What the SpongeBob one, that was interactive?
It was. That's still the audience recognition theater. We actually won a couple of there's a award from theme park organizations called the Theo Award, and we actually won an award for SpongeBob. So that attraction. So It had a great run. It was really popular, but sad to see it go. Bittersweet, but also nice to bring in a fresh new
Sure.
attraction, and really excited about that. And currently, we've got in that same that's the Discovery Pyramid. That's the Pink Pyramid at Moody Gardens. So upstairs, currently we have Dora and Diego.
Mm.
So that's a fun exhibit. It's kind of skews younger, so kind of like the preschool age around there. Different activities. There's like a rainforest maze. There's a vet area where you can. There's stuffed animals that have like a chip in them, so when you scan it in the little scanner, it actually tells you like, oh, jaguar, and
Yeah.
you can like check the temperature, things like that. Really fun stuff there. And we'll have that probably through September 18th, I believe, and then we'll do a switch in the exhibit, and it'll be opening October, Skellytown. And Skellytown, it's all about bones from the inside out. So it's a bone exhibit essentially. So it's really fun. Again, kind of I feel like we're talking science a lot, but
Yes.
keeping with that science feel and kind of teaching kids at a young age about the body and how the bones work. And there's different kind of learning more about your own bones, but also animals, things like that. So really fun exhibit there that we'll be bringing in October. Yeah.
Like remaking and revamping. They also just came out with the Dora the Explorer movie.
Yes.
Live action.
Yeah.
My son enjoyed it, and so did my mom. They went and saw it together.
Nice.
So they're like, you got to go see it. She was actually like, so she was going to my mom was going to take my grandma. So she's like, I'm going to take my mom to go see it because they just thought it was really good.
Cool.
So that's
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun to see. I mean, y'all have had these exhibits, and then it's been, really popular, but then to see these movies, come out kind of correlating with it. Like do y'all still have the Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles left a few months back, and then we brought Dora in, but like you said, it's really fun to kind of bring in these characters associated with these exhibits, and kind of bring that a new experience to Moody Gardens, which was really fun. And it's the Ninja Turtles exhibit. Little ones know about it, but like I remember back when I was a kid watching the movies and the cartoons and all that, and had the action figures, and so I felt like a big kid in that exhibit, kind of running around, and we actually had live turtles in there as well, so that was really cool.
Awesome. And I'm going to remind everybody, so Kevin was very nice today, and he brought us a 4-pack of tickets to the Rainforest Pyramid that we're going to be giving away. If you have an idea how we should give these away, or if you're even interested, just be like, hey, give them to me. Maybe we will. I don't know. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to do that, but we are giving away some tickets today. If you're listening on 99.5 FM, we want you to have an opportunity to win too. But we are streaming on Facebook. That's a way you can immediately interact with me and Kevin right now to give us some ideas on how we should exactly give these away. If you are watching on Facebook, feel free to share this. We're hanging out, talking about everything happened at Moody Gardens. Again, 4-pack of tickets to the Rainforest Pyramid. That's going to be given away. So if somebody's never been to Moody Gardens, they've never heard of the Rainforest Pyramid.
Yeah.
What can they expect if they win these tickets?
So I will say, once you walk into the rainforest, it's humid, almost like Houston, but I was going to say almost like a real rainforest. You feel the humidity in there. But it is humid because it's kind of preserving all of that plant life. So you walk in, and it feels like you're on the treetops of the rainforest. You will see exotic plant life, some free-roaming birds, some free-roaming sloths.
Are there any snakes?
Snakes, but they're on exhibit, so they're behind.
So they're not free-roaming?
They're not free-roaming.
Okay, good.
No. But free-flighted birds, sloths, saki monkeys, really fun stuff there. And as you kind of make your way through the treetops, then you go through the cloud forest, see some more stuff in there. And on exhibit we have spiders and turtles, some snakes, but fun stuff there. And we have a nocturnal gallery, so we have like fruit bats, and we have a piranha, and there's a lot of fun stuff in there. I feel like every time I go into the rainforest, there's always something that I didn't see or didn't maybe necessarily know about the first time I walked through. So it's a lot of fun in there. And there's a waterfall area, and there's a Mayan ruin area. It's really cool. And there's also a little spot where the macaws hang out. And that's always fun because that's a great photo opportunity. That's where a lot of people take their group shots in the Rainforest Pyramid. So that's a lot of fun too.
Do you have like a top 3 animals like inside of that
Ooh.
rainforest if you had to pick a 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, okay. So there's the Madagascar ibis. It's like a pinkish looking bird, almost like a tiny flamingo, I would say, but it's always hanging out, having a good time in there. So that's really cool. The Rodriguez fruit bat hanging out. There's a small colony in there, so that's pretty neat. And they're like in a netted area, so they're not free flighted all around you. But the Rodriguez fruit bat, those are cool. And then of course, I don't know that there's an ocelot, and the ocelot, if you're not familiar, it's almost like a small leopard cat,
Mm-hmm.
and just hanging out, and yeah, he's having a good time always.
That's cool.
So that'd be my top 3.
That's
in the
awesome.
Rainforest. But again, though, you're on Galveston Island, walking through the rainforest, and you're kind of getting up close and personal with rainforests of the world inside that one setting. So it's really cool.
I remember being a kid and, any TV show, whether it was like Power Rangers, Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles,
yeah.
or even like at the zoo,
Mhm.
maybe, like Moody Gardens, a place like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's me. Like, that's the animal that I relate to. This one is me. I'm the sloth.
Yeah.
Obviously. Maybe you have your top 3, but is there one that you're like, hey, same?
Probably I don't know, the sloth's a good one, especially on like those lazy days and you're just kind of like moseying and you're like, I've got some energy, but I'm not trying to use all of it up right now. Probably the sloth, but then the Saki monkeys, how they kind of jump around and then they'll kind of hide out. So, that's probably a cross between the sloth and the Saki monkey.
Okay, cool. And right now we're talking to Kevin from Moody Gardens. We're giving away a 4-pack of tickets to the exhibit you just heard about. It's the Rainforest Pyramid. I believe there's several pyramids, right? Can we move on to the next one and what's going on in there?
Yeah, so we got the aquarium pyramid as well. That's the blue pyramid, and in there it is you kind of get in touch with all the ocean environments, and we've got penguins. We have a whole colony of penguins, all different types of species. We've got king penguins, gentoos, chinstraps, really fun stuff there. We've got seals and sea lions. They're hanging out and they're splashing, always having a good time. And again, it's a full aquarium. So we've got sharks, tropical fish. We have touch tanks, so you can actually touch a moon jelly. It's just a small jellyfish. People always say, am I going to get stung? And you'll get a small prick, but it's so sensitive to us that we don't even feel it.
Wow.
So that's really cool. And
Does that hurt the jellyfish at all? No?
As long on top, you just use one finger or two fingers, and there's a naturalist there. So a lot of our pyramids and special exhibits like the touch tanks, things like that, we have a naturalist there to kind of give people more info, but also kind of make sure that the animals are not being harmed in any way. So that's really fun there. And we also have a stingray touch tank. And people get concerned about that, but the barbs are removed. So,
okay, and that's the part that would be able to sting you.
Yes.
Feel that?
Yeah, so you would touch the top of the stingray, and it's really cool because that touch tank, they're just kind of swimming around, hanging out, and fun for kiddos, fun for adults. And I will say I've touched the top of a stingray, and they feel very velvety.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I've done that before. I've done that.
Yeah, it's really cool, and that was part of we did renovations back in 2017, so we've kind of passed the 2-year mark, and it's just been great. That aquarium's a lot of fun,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of fun, and like we just had Shark Week a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
that was tons of fun because we get to do stuff with the sharks during that week. So we work with our curatorial staff that work with the sharks directly, and we had some live morning TV out there, so we did like some shark feeds and things like that, and that was really cool.
I think one of the coolest things about the aquarium exhibit at the Moody Gardens is like how big it is. So there's this big like pole, but it's like filled with water and filled with fish.
That's the Gulf rig.
Yeah, and as you walk in, that's one of the first things you see.
Yeah.
And not only are there fish in there, I will say I have seen a scuba diver on exhibit.
Yeah.
Like pointing out the fish and talking about it. What's that about?
Yeah, so we have diver chats. So, you could be walking through, enjoying everything around you, but at certain times throughout the day, we'll have diver chats where they'll actually be in the water, and we have a dive comm system, so where we can have someone, one of our staff on the outside, talking with them on the inside, so they can kind of be explaining about what you're seeing, different fish, and kind of how they feed them, things like that. But then also, you could take questions from the general public, and they can even ask them in real time to the diver in the water. So that's really cool to kind of bring that aspect to it, which is new as of our renovations that we did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, the diver chats, it's a lot of fun, and we do keeper chats too. So we have for the rainforest, we have giant river otters, and so we do a live chat every day with the keeper of the otters, and they'll be with the general public, kind of just talking like you and me are, and just talking about their daily life, their habits, their behaviors, things like that. And again, very fun for families, but also very educational. You know, we get a lot of field trips that come through, church groups, things like that, youth groups, and we do a lot of stuff with the scouts, and they do like merit badge days and sleepovers, things like that. So it's a lot of fun.
One of the other cool things is like there's almost a tunnel that you can walk through, and it's kind of towards the end as you're going to get out, maybe like a little cafe area. But you walk under, and you can just look up and see all kinds of fish that I don't even know what they're called, that I've never seen before. Just all around surrounding.
Yeah, so that's a huge focal point there in the aquarium pyramid. That's the Caribbean Tunnel. So when you go in there, you're seeing all kinds of tropical fish. You're seeing some sharks, and there's this huge stingray we have in there. It's massive, but it's also pretty amazing to see that. And it's just, like you said, it's so immersive because you're in that tunnel, and it's all around you. You're looking, and it's like a 360-degree view, and all you're seeing is yourself surrounded by fish in this enclosed tunnel with the water all around you. It's so cool to just walk through. And again, that's another important photo op spot. And then when you walk out, there's the gift shop and the cafe. So it's like a great sort of ending spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about the penguins earlier. Do they have like a soft spot with you?
A couple of them do, because some we travel, we do radio and TV interviews. I know last time I was here, Kurt was like, "We got to get a penguin in the studio." So I need to go back and talk to them about that. But there's a few penguins. We have some warm climate penguins, so they're called Humboldt penguins.
And they're like, how warm is warm to them?
I mean, they originated from off the coast of Peru and Chile, so they like some warm weather. And their exhibit actually has a skylight in it, so they love the Texas sun, and they love to kind of sun out there. And kind of partial to those guys, only because I see them more often for interviews and stuff, and we take them out on the road with us, and they're a lot of fun. And some of them are kind of named after the islands where they're from. So we've got like San Juan and Ballestas and Atacama. And
cool. Hey, are they quick? Do you have to kind of keep them like on a leash or just close?
We have to keep them close. We don't leash them, but we have like a crate for them. So when we get into a studio, we're like, hey, can we like let them go? And they'll like run off.
Closed in area.
Yeah, and they're a burrowing species. So like, let's say like kind of behind your soundboard here, if you have like some cords down there, they'd be loving all the cords, and they'd be getting into it and trying to burrow and nest. And so we kind of have to keep them close, otherwise they're gonna get into all your cords and everything.
We've had Jim's Jungle Exotic Petting Zoo in studio before, and so we've had a kinkajou, we've had a lemur, we've had a tortoise.
Nice.
And I believe it's the kinkajou where he will like jump on your shoulder, jump on the board. He's like trying to figure out what's going on, like going under and around, and then one of them just likes to sleep. I can't remember which one, but man, it's fun having some animals. We've had to get some goats in studio before.
Really?
For goat yoga.
Okay, I've heard of goat yoga. Yeah.
And it would be amazing to have a penguin in studio.
I will definitely get some things in motion. I just got to give their staff like a heads up, because they need like time to make sure they're prepared and everything. But I think we can work that out. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that would be cool. So is there anything else that we didn't touch on that y'all offer in the aquarium, or is there any like new attractions that are going to be added like here in the coming months or so?
For the aquarium, we've got that event tomorrow night, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Rhapsody on the Reef, and like I said, if you go to moodygardens.org, you can purchase your ticket. And that's going to be some great fun tomorrow evening. But, for the aquarium, we're just hanging out. We celebrated 20 years this summer. And Rainforest is still a popular attraction. And like I said, we're kind of tying in with that new Great Bear Rainforest 3D film. So very excited about that. And really right now, getting ready for the holiday season. We're very excited. And If you didn't get a chance, I know summer's kind of winding down, but if you didn't get a chance to make it to Palm Beach, that's our private water park area at Moody Gardens. There's still time. We're open weekends through Labor Day. So
Wow.
lazy river, wave pool, all that good stuff, tower, water slides, and we have pure white sand that we've shipped in from Palm Beach, Florida.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome.
So if someone's never been before, it would be, I mean, probably a breathtaking experience. There's a lot of stuff out there, right?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff out there, and it's great views, of course, and we also have like a ropes course and zip line, so you can actually do a zip line over Palm Beach, so that's a lot of fun, too.
I've never seen white sand.
No?
No, I've never
You're
seen
white
white sand.
sand?
I don't think so.
We'll have to get you out there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go. My son, he loves Palm Beach.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he has that Moody Gardens pass. My mom got him.
There you
Or
go.
my sister. I think my sister got it for him for like Christmas, last year, and that's what she's got him the past couple years. But he uses it all the time, and he always has a blast. And he comes. But last time he brought me something from the gift shop that he had to give me, and it was awesome. I just love
Cool.
whenever kids kind of take that effort to.
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm gonna get something for my dad. So that was really nice to see, and that was him having a good time in Moody Gardens.
That's awesome.
Right now, it's 9:44. This is KHEAradio.com, 99.5 FM. You can stream us from the KHEA Radio app. If you haven't downloaded the KHEA Radio app yet, make sure that you go do that today. You can go to the Google Play Store. You can go to the the App Store, search KHEA, will pop up, smash the download button, and then you can also have access to discounts to a bunch of different local places in our member benefits section. You can stream KHEA Radio from anywhere in the world that you have an internet connection, and you'll also maybe get some like push updates from us that we think are important that we're going to send to you. Again, we have Kevin in studio from Moody Gardens, and we have this 4-pack to the Rainforest Pyramid. If you are interested in possibly winning all 4 of these tickets, hey, reach out to me and let me know, because we're still trying to decide how we're going to give them away. We had all kinds of ideas, and I'm just waiting for somebody to say, I have an idea, just give it to me, right?
There you go.
Give it to me.
That's all I have to do.
Again, we're talking to Kevin from Moody Gardens, and we're giving away some tickets, so let me know if you are interested in those. So we've talked about 2 pyramids. We've talked about the the rainforest, and we've also talked about the aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
So what's left?
So that leaves the Discovery Pyramid, which that one we kind of touched on a little bit earlier. So the bottom floor of the Discovery Pyramid, that's the pink one. So the bottom was SpongeBob. It's getting flipped into 20,000 Leagues coming this fall. We're very excited. And then the top floor of that is our Discovery Museum. It's got rotating exhibits. Currently it's Dora and Diego. We'll have that for about another month. So if you didn't get a chance to bring your little one to check that out, a lot of fun in there with Dora and Diego. There's like a rainforest maze. There's a few areas where they can like dress up so they could be like a pirate or an astronaut, and really cool. And there's a little veterinarian section that's really fun, and Dora and Diego hanging out for another month, and then we will rotate that out, and we are bringing Skellytown, which is all about the body and about bones and things like that, and that'll tie in well for the fall. And of course, we've got the holiday season coming up.
What does that mean for Moody Gardens?
That means we will transform into Holiday in the Gardens. We've never had like an official name for it. We've always just kind of called it, it's Iceland, it's Festival of Lights, it's this, it's that, it's like 16 things. But now we've got an umbrella name for it, and Holiday in the Gardens. Opening day is November 16th, 2019, and we will run through January 12th of 2020. It's weird to think 2020, but and that is going to be the holiday season for us, and we go all out. So we have Festival of Lights, and that is about a 1-mile trail of different animated and colorful lights all throughout the property. Beautiful sights at night. It looks beautiful, and we also have an ice rink kind of overlooking the bay right there on our property. So again, really nice. I think
you can skate on it?
You can skate on it. Beautiful ice rink, and I believe it is the ice rink is free with the Festival of Lights admission, but there's just a fee for renting skates. And if you have your own skates, feel free to bring them, and you can come ice skating.
Wow, is there a lot of people that ice skate?
Oh yeah, I personally am not great.
Same. I can't skate at all. I can't even roller skate.
I used to ice skate when I was a kid. There was a place
Right.
In Texas City that had an ice rink, but I haven't skated since then, and I tried to do it last year, and it wasn't fun. Wasn't great for me. But ice skating is something a lot of people love it at Moody Gardens, and we have it every year, and it's very popular. So we bring it back every year. That's a lot of fun, and of course, that pairs well with Iceland. Like we said, 9 degrees, and we have an all new theme this year that we've never done for Iceland. And if you're not familiar, it's a 9-degree tent in our parking lot area. And we chill it to 9 degrees, and you walk in, and it is these intricate, beautiful ice sculptures, both colorful and vibrant. And this year we are doing Christmas around the world. So you will see landmarks from all over the world. We even have the Alamo, all made out of ice. We'll have Eiffel Tower. There's going to be so much. The Sydney Opera House. It's going to be amazing. And of course, we'll have Santa in there, and all made out of ice. And
Wow.
it's a lot of fun. And we have a ice slide in there as well, so you can slide down the ice slide. And it is 9 degrees in there, but you do have a parka, so I think you'll be just fine.
We'll see. We'll see. Hey, you know what would be cool, and y'all may have this, would be the Moody Gardens pyramids made out of ice inside of there as an exhibit.
We will have them.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. And that process actually starts as soon as we close up shop for the holiday season. They start freezing the ice and making it for the following year. So
Really?
yeah, we work with a facility out of College Station,
Mm-hmm.
and they will make these huge ice blocks for us. And in addition to that, they'll also make ice blocks that are dyed with different paints.
Yeah.
So that's how we get those really nice colors when you walk in and you see, regular clear ice, but then also colorful ice. And again, we bring carvers in from Harbin, China, about 25 of them, and they'll hang out with us for about a month carving. And if you go to moodygardens.org, there's a webcams tab. There's an Iceland webcam. You get to see the whole process in real time. Right now, they're out there. Our team is constructing the tent setup and the layout and all that good stuff, making sure it gets insulated because we got to keep that 9 degrees nice and chilled to keep that ice nice and pristine for our guests. But that webcam, a great view, kind of get to see the process up close and personal. And it's really fun, too, once the ice carvers get here, because then you get to see how the magic happens with them, chainsaws and ice picks, and they're like making all these beautiful ice sculptures. It's really cool.
So how many pounds of ice do we know?
Over 2 million pounds.
2 million pounds. So
Yeah.
that's why they have to start, making the ice as soon as this was delivered. Like last year, they had to start making it for this year, right?
Yeah, and they'll bring it. They have a ice schedule, so instead of all the ice coming in at one time, they have a set schedule where this much comes on this day and so on. So that way they can kind of pace themselves. And you always think every year, you're like, man, are they going to be able to get it done? Like our timeline. But like they move quick, those ice carvers. They move so quick. And it's really cool. Last year was my first year to kind of see it from start to finish. So this is my second year to kind of be there to experience it all. And it's a lot of fun. It's probably one of my favorite times of year and favorite seasons to talk about, just because the Moody Gardens property totally transforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun to be there to see it.
Is there like a most popular piece in the ice exhibit that people are just like kind of floored by?
People, both adults and kids, love the ice slide. So it's a slide. There's 3 slides you can go down, all connected, and that's pretty popular. That kind of seems to be, it's like a focal point there. It's a lot of fun. I think this year, the facade, I think the Eiffel Tower is going to be up there with the slides, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's really popular with everyone. The kids love it, the adults love it, and you just slide down and have a good time. And there's so much fun inside that Iceland tent and every year people always say, like, I'm not going to be able to stay in that long. I'm only going to be in there for like 10 minutes. But you get in there and you're just having so much fun. And it's 9 degrees, so you're getting the feel of all the chilliness, but you're also seeing beautiful ice sculptures, and everyone's taking pictures and doing Snapchats and Instagram stories and all that fun stuff. So it's a lot of fun in there. And outside, we also still have so much going on. We have an Arctic slide outside of Iceland, and that's just like a regular slide. But again, fun to slide down. If you don't want to be in 9 degrees, you can slide down the Arctic slide outside, and that's a lot of fun. And we also do train rides. So we'll have a small train for the little ones, and it kind of takes them through the property. They can see the lights, things like that.
That's cool. That's what I was going to ask. I was like, where's the train go? Where are we going? Like down the causeway?
No, it just stays on property, on Moody Gardens property, and you get a good view of the lights, things like that. And we also have our 4D theater on property. That is a lot of fun because it engages all of your senses. The seats might rumble, or there might be different things happening in there. For the holiday season, we're bringing in Rudolph 4D. So you get like a gust of wind when they're flying through in the sleigh and things like that. And there's some snow in the theater. It's a lot of fun.
So out of all the seasons and exhibits and attractions that y'all offer, what part of the year is your favorite?
Really, I think the holiday season.
It is?
The holiday season only because it's that special time of year. The family's together. You got family in from out of town or what the case may be. And Moody Gardens, they just do so much for the holiday season. It's really fun, and it's decorated really nice. And inside of our visitor center every year we have a poinsettia tree. So it's a whole tree all made out of poinsettias. So
Wow.
it's tall too. It's massive, and that's always a great time. And really the holiday season with Festival of Lights and Iceland and everything else going on, we're very excited. And we also have some great value days, things like that. So if you're on a budget and maybe you want to bring the family, but little times are rough, whatever the case may be,
Sure.
we have super value days where you can come during the week, enjoy everything at a discounted price.
Okay.
So moodygardens.org/holidays, and you can find out more information about the ticketing options, things like that. But opening day will be here before we know it, November 16th.
Wow.
So that is opening day. Everything will be open. Iceland, ice rink, Festival of Lights. It's going to be a lot of fun.
How are y'all going to get ready are y'all starting to get ready now? Because all of the things you just named, 2 million pounds of ice. You got to carve it all out. Ice rink. We're running a train through the property.
Yeah.
How do y'all get ready for all that?
We have, again, we're so organized behind the scenes, and I think this will be the 18th year for Festival of Lights. So they've got some good preparation going there, and I think this will be the 6th year for Iceland. So they've kind of got it down to a science, and they've got things going there and pretty organized. And we go cold for Iceland, I want to say end of September, and then the carvers will come in beginning of October, and they'll be with us for about a month. So it's just like a set schedule, and we got to run with it, roll with it, and it's fast and furious, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay, cool. Hey, is there anything else you'd like to share while you're here today, maybe that we didn't touch on?
I think covered everything. Just want to let everyone know, Moody Gardens, we're open 365. So just because summer's back in session, school's back in session, doesn't mean the summer has to end. Still some great stuff. You can come check out the aquarium, the rainforest. Like I said, Palm Beach still open weekends through Labor Day. Just want to, wish everyone, send the kids off back to school. If you need a break, we've got the hotel and spa there on property. So if you want to get that spa day in, or if you just want to, take a little weekend day trip or something, go for it. Moody Gardens, we're here for you.
Mm-hmm. And I know there's an event, I think you said tomorrow.
Yes.
What is that one more time?
Rhapsody on the Reef happening tomorrow night at the Aquarium Pyramid, Moody Gardens, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's our coral spawning event, but it's also a charity event. So proceeds going to ocean conservation, and tickets are $85 through midnight tonight, and then they go up to $100 tomorrow and at the door. So if you want to come, buy your ticket today. And I will say the attire is, because it's a little bit more of a dressier event, cocktail attire with a splash of coral.
And everybody likes to dress up.
Yeah.
It's fun every once and again.
It is fun. It's fun to have a theme too. So
yeah, very cool. So check out Moody Gardens. I'm sure you've probably been before. If you haven't, this is an opportunity. We're going to be giving away some tickets. Stay tuned to KHEA Radio. Thank you to Moody Gardens. Thank you to Kevin for coming in, hanging out, and especially allowing us to give these away. So we're going to do that. We're going to find the right person, make sure they go have an awesome time at the Rainforest Pyramid. I've been in there before, and it's so much fun because you can literally, if you wanted to, a bird could land on you if you were still up. It's crazy.
Yeah. Easily a bird could land on you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You just got to be careful, like not swatted stuff like that. But hey, we're going to take a break on the FM. We're going to keep it going on Facebook and on Channel 46. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Do you know? Awesome. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah, so yeah, let me know about the penguin stuff and all that other stuff, and
for sure let you know.
and then reach out to us if you have something going on. And I think we're getting y'all's emails and updates about everything else.
Yeah, trying to keep you guys in the loop. And like I said, when we kind of get things going for iSam, we'd love to have you guys tour it, maybe do a video or something.
Sure,
that'd be awesome.
Sounds good.
Same for when we get 20,000 leagues.
Okay,
running. That'd be awesome.
Very cool.
But I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Tell Kurt I said what's up.
And you can, if you don't mind, could you leave that kickstand open on the door?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good one.
Boom. Thank you. What's up, folks? Hopefully everybody's having a good day. It's about to go down. I got Darian coming in studio, and we're gonna be talking about some cool things that are taking place in our area, and some cool things that are taking place. Yeah, either one of those. Those are there's the volume under here for that one, and then those are that one, but the volume's over there, so you should be good. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Here, I got you now. Check it again.
Hello. I'm here.
It sounds good.
It does.
Let me make sure I got. One of my pet peeves about video is making sure that like heads are even. In like frame, like in the shot of the video.
Symmetry.
So watch this, guys. I'm about to switch this over. That's about as even as
Boom.
it gets, and it's done like that.
But I trust it.
Dude, so what's up, man? Hey, y'all are working on some stuff in there, and it looks like y'all are redoing some of the video wall.
Yeah, we're just rebuilding it from the ground up, trying a different way to basically see if there's a better way for it to be set up.
There's always a better way with things.
Exactly.
That's something I found out. Things may work, and it's good for a season, but sometimes, like, hey, maybe there's a better way, and it doesn't hurt to explore that. So can you share, because you're on staff here at Abundant Life, can you share, the role that you play here and, what's been going on in that department?
Yeah, so my time here started off as an intern here in the audio and tech department. So when I first got here back in January during school, I was actually working in a lot of that stuff, with the audio and then the video wall, always messing with that kind of stuff. And then we had some transitions happen in the church, and one of our guys stepped out to do a new thing on his own, and it just so happened I was available, and I was already here and serving in the church, and so now I'm one of the associate youth pastors under Pastor Josh, and I work in the youth department and young adults department, and then I'm obviously with you on Sundays, running it all day in the worship team, playing guitar.
So whenever you say he had that opportunity come up, did you like shove him, been like, hey, look at this, like some orchestrating and puppet mastering behind the scenes, and it's like, I want that job.
Yeah, I put the carrot.
The carrot, like, with the fishing pole, and you cast it out in front, and it's like, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Sending the articles to the job listings.
Right. Hey, man, I think you'd be good at this, bro. No, he just found a better opportunity for himself and for his family, and it's funny, the day that was going to be his last day, I had already had a meeting with Pastor Josh set up, because we hang out and stuff, and so it just happened. Literally the day he was out was the day that we talked about me coming in, and so
sometimes things just it works out, and it's weird, and it's like, well, I couldn't have planned that, couldn't have designed it. It's it in some ways just has to be God, right? Or just like destined to be.
Divine appointment. I hate saying that word, but that's what it's called. Divine
appointment. I can't even say. Dude, I saw a video that one of my Facebook friends shared yesterday, and it was like in the middle of a worship service, and there was like a preacher or a minister, he might have been the worship pastor, and the team, and everybody's like worshiping, right? And then I'm pretty sure the wobble comes on.
Are you serious?
In the middle of it's like a track or something, like they're doing this, and then somebody accidentally hit a button, fired a track, and it was like boom, 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 whoa, boom, 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 and everybody like stops. But it was only for like 3 seconds, and then he was like, "Lift your hands, turn to the scriptures."
Oh man.
Oh
That's
man.
so awkward.
And what do you do?
I mean, you don't just break out into the wobble on the stage. That's what you don't do. So I guess you just gotta go to the next part of the service.
I was reading some of the comments. People were like, I didn't even, I started doing the wobble and then like instantly just went to the scripture. It's almost like just like out of habit.
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
that's funny.
Hey, so in the youth department, can you kind of say like who's welcome to come, what ages? And then there's some really big things and renovations and some updates that are happening, right?
Yeah, so the youth group was called Chosen Youth Church, and we are ages 13 to 18. So pretty much, middle school. It's a middle school and high school ministry, student ministry, and so every Wednesday we meet here at the church, either in the gym of the school or the cafeteria of the school. And basically, it's a time where the kids can show up. We give them free food. Doors open at 6. Service starts at 7:30. And, it's a real fun time. Kids get to show up, play basketball. It gives them a place to be. We really believe in giving the youth a place to where they can make friends that think like them.
Yeah.
And also, especially with like sports and stuff, we have Pastor Josh and I, we played sports and we're really into sports and stuff like that. And so anytime we can kind of, bring in that kind of kid that maybe, they play sports, but then they're, in the wrong crowd, we have a passion for that also. And so we give them a place to be instead of being at, whatever park across the corner. They can, come hang out with us.
That's good. That's good. So, school just started back up. I think some schools don't go back till Monday. I think like TCISD and stuff.
Lamar, I know some of the Lamar kids, they said they don't start school till next Wednesday. So
Wednesday, okay. Yeah. And that can be, for some kids it's probably fun. For some kids it's probably not. And then for others, just maybe going to a new school. It's not being a teenager and a young person, figuring out who you are, life, and Christianity, God, like what is my purpose in this world? It can't be the easiest time. You get to talk to a lot of young kids. What are you seeing? Like, what are these kids going through, and how are they handling? I guess like going back to school.
Well, I mean, social media influences so many things, and just like private messaging and stuff like that. Just kids get caught up in a lot of like drama.
Yeah.
Unnecessary drama where they're, someone's talking bad about their friend on Instagram or Facebook. I mean, they don't use Facebook, but
right.
But
Snapchat,
whatever the medium is, I see a lot of, kids getting involved in drama they shouldn't even be in, right? And so it's like we see a lot of that, and especially just in the surrounding areas, kids are knuckleheads sometimes, like everyone they do silly things. But I think mainly just they get into this thing where like they're just on social media all the time, and they worry about the public perception of themselves, and so that gets them acting like they're something that they're not, and then they get caught in lies or I don't know, just stuff like that they're acting in a way that they shouldn't for clout.
Yeah. How important is it for these young people to be plugged in with a group of kids who are kind of like on the same page, or at least attempting and trying to be living on that right path? Is that important? I mean, for them to be around the other kids who are kind of thinking the same?
Most definitely. You're who you hang around. If you hang around with people that are doing the wrong things, chances are you're going to end up doing those things. But I definitely do think that being in a place with like-minded people definitely helps you. I'm someone that grew up in church, and I'm still young. I'm 22, and so I just came out of college and high school and middle school, and it really did help a lot. When I was 16, I started coming here to the church, and I think my first Wednesday here was the one service that I've been here at the church that I wasn't like serving or doing something. Mm-hmm. The very next week I got plugged in, playing guitar on the praise team, and just kind of taking different roles here or there. And it's like you don't necessarily need to like be a musician to be in church or anything like that. That's not what I'm getting at. But definitely at a time where I could have easily, when I turned 18, gone and done my own thing, go to college. I found my wife here at the church. It's like at that time, it's really important to make, because it's a hard age to be 16, 17, 15, because you don't have the freedoms of an adult. But the decisions that you make, they have some weight carrying on into your adulthood. And so, being in a place where people that age are living right because they're going to church and because they're plugged into the church, then that gives them the opportunity to make friends with those people and say, hey, like I don't want to be like everyone else. And so it makes this, it just makes it a lot easier for you to live, the way that we believe that you should live.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I do think it's really important if you're in between those ages to get plugged into a youth group, because it keeps you grounded, and it reminds you, what life's about, what's important in life, and helps you focus on, the things of God instead of, how the world wants you to be.
Yeah, and a lot of times people think like, I can't go to church, I'm not perfect, and I or I saw somebody else stumble and they go to church, and it's just like, well, I don't want to go, or now, and that shouldn't be the case, I think, because nobody's perfect. I'm not. I make mistakes all the time, but I'm still going to try and serve, and at least like hanging out with those people, it's like, hey, we're in this together, and that's huge. It's a team, and we're all trying to do and live right and to the best of our ability that you can, and that's all you can really try to do.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, the thing about being perfect, like everyone knows that no one's perfect. Like even non-believers and just people that just are there, they know that hey, no one's perfect. People make mistakes. Things happen, and so we take that and we're like, you're not perfect, but we serve someone who is, and so that would allow you to live your life to your best capacity.
I agree.
Yeah.
So right now it's 10:09 and we're jamming some Hillsong worship on the FM. I'm going to fade it out and we're going to go in. I'm going to reintroduce and we're going to keep it going. We're talking about some of the cool things happening at Abundant Life, specifically in our youth department. So if you have some kids and they're, that middle school, high school age, if they don't have a place that, maybe they're plugged in or going to church, this is it's a group, it's a church that's specifically for them. I grew up in it and I loved it. Darian attended as well, and now he's just serving in a different role. So here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Right now it's 10:09 a.m. Thursday, August 22nd. I'm Gardy, and we are excited. We're talking to Darian. He is on staff here at Abundant Life Christian Center, where he's going to be sharing a bit about the youth, the young adult, the programs that are going on that he's overseeing and involved in. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We had Moody Gardens in earlier, and they gave me this 4-pack of Pyramid Rainforest tickets.
Uh-oh.
And it's taken everything in me.
That's
just not just leave right now, like me and you go.
Let's do it.
Now we're gonna be giving these away at some point, and so that's the plan. So if y'all are interested in these, let me know. If you're watching on Facebook, let me know, or text me 346-704-1806. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it, but we're gonna give those away. Make sure people have a good time. So shout out to Moody Gardens. Thank you to Kevin for coming in and sharing that. Darian, how long have you been on staff here, and what role do you serve?
I've been on staff here for 2 months, but I've been here plugged into the church as a volunteer and the worship leader since I was 16, so about 6-7 years now. And right now I'm working under Pastor Josh in the youth department and young adults departments. I'm one of the youth pastors here on staff. And I work with some amazing teens and preteens and young people that are hungry for God. We have a service called Chosen Youth, and it's for ages 13 to 18, so pretty much middle schoolers to high schoolers. When you graduate high school, typically that's when you graduate to the next attention, the young adults that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
But mainly, I've been working with the youth a lot, and we got some amazing things going on. Every Wednesday we meet up here at the church at 7 p.m. It's doors open at 6, and we always provide food, and we have video games and basketball and all that kind of stuff. We played dodgeball last night. Like we come, we have a blast, and then we talk about God, and we talk about how they can use God in their life.
Yeah. So growing up, you grew up in church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Playing music in church. Did you always know that this is the path that your life would take, or what was your plans, and did that somehow change, like in your life?
Yeah, it changed quite a bit. I mean, a lot of times you think you have this overarching plan for your life, and sometimes whether it's God or just timing, something just stops you in your tracks. Like, no, this is what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're gonna be great at this. And so I graduated with an audio degree in May, and I had hopes of coming on here at the church, doing audio and tech, because that was what my degree plan was, and I had interned here for 3 or 4 months doing that, and I gotten a job elsewhere as a stagehand, basically just going up to shows, setting up, tearing down, helping. That's kind of like the entry level job for audio engineers. But I was gonna be working in places that maybe some Christians maybe shouldn't be. And it was really like a testament to my faith, because I wanted to work there, but I wanted to work at a church, but I wanted to be here at this church. And so I wasn't going to take an audio job elsewhere. And so basically, long story short, this opportunity arose for me, and I took it, and it's been a really pleasant experience, just being here. I mean, I knew everyone here already. It was just one of those things. It was perfect marriage.
Yeah, just one day, just like a title change.
Yeah, pretty much.
You had been up here anyways for like
Yeah.
a whole, like for months,
Yeah.
working in a capacity for school and helping out in a big way. So that's pretty cool how things just kind of happen. Hey, I see your wife got on here, Maria. She said pool party tomorrow for the Ascension. I think it's Ascension having a cool thing, huh?
Yeah, we are. Those, and then if you are on Facebook or Instagram, we have the address for that party. But we're just doing an end of summer bash for the young adults, to kind of just get things going and get you back into the. I know most young adults they're in college and they're doing stuff like that. So just get you back into the full swing of things. That's tomorrow night at 7. DM us for the address for that awesome party. We're gonna be swimming and hanging out, and there's gonna be barbecue and stuff. So it's real fun.
It's awesome. Hey, is there anything else you'd like to share? I think we're having some Facebook difficulties, but because there's a lot of cool stuff that is happening. But is there anything else that you can think of that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, most definitely. Right now we're in a season after Harvey. We lost our youth building. Some things happened to where we weren't able to renovate it. Long story short, we've been operating out of the school here that Abundant Life has, and we've been in the cafeteria and the gym. But it's not really our home yet. It just hasn't felt, it's not a youth building. We're operating out of, the school, and we're grateful for the school, and we love our time in there. But we have something really exciting coming up that some of the youth even dedicated 2 weeks out of their summer to help us clean out the one of the buildings that the church owns. And it's going to be the new youth facility. So they pretty much came in here, worked with me, in a building without AC in the middle of the summer, because they're excited about what's coming for them. And so we cleaned out that entire building in like 2 weeks.
Man, they were working hard.
Yeah.
And I heard about it.
Yeah.
They were like, man, this is some hard work,
Yeah.
all this and all this other stuff, which I was like, yeah, it is. I know. I saw